Hi everyone, good night to you. Peace and love wherever you are tonight. I greet you in peace and love. What I want to talk about tonight, as you know, in this channel, I share my thoughts, I share my experience with the people on this channel, and I mostly created the channel to help my family members, to share my stories with them about the witchcraft and stuff. And this is my way of, doing the Lord's job and exposing the darkness so that we can break the generational curses and so that the young ones in the generation can be awakened. They will not be walking in darkness. They will have a bit of information when they experience certain things. I am just, by telling my stories and stuff, I am just like planting a seed. So when people in the family now, or even strangers, because, YouTube is for the world and the videos is for the world. So when you experience certain things like what I am discussing, some people are very ashamed of telling people about these things. Because you are very ashamed, because when I now started experiencing these things, I was very shameful of discussing it and talking to anybody about it. So what happens then? You just suffer in silence. You suffer in silence and your situation gets worse. But when you have people like myself, who some people would say is mad and crazy, that's okay by me, because I know that, my stories, there's many people out there who are experiencing these things and is going through depression and, suicidal thoughts and stuff. So this information will help many. Anyway, I am going to talk tonight about dreams. I had many dreams, and I used to be scared of my dreams because anything I dream, it used to come to pass. But at that time I was not spiritual, so I did not know that I have, power and authority as a child of God to dismiss dreams. Some of those dreams you can dismiss. You can pray the next day, because your dreams is your reality. I was not aware of that. So this is why I became scared of my dreams, because my dreams would always come to pass. Now I'm in control a bit because I understand spiritual things to a certain level. I'm not a professional. I'm still learning each and every day. But I understand enough to protect myself and protect my family and my home and stuff. The main way of doing that is by following God's rules and regulations, His commandments, His laws, understanding spiritual laws. That's the main tool in defense. Anyway, I used to have these dreams, and these dreams would come to pass. So eventually I became scared of my dreams, But I am no longer scared of them. The reason I was scared, as I explained, is because they would come to pass just as the dream would be. So tonight I'm going to tell you all about one particular dream that I had that scared me in the dream. And even after the dream, for months, I was scared of this until the dream had come to pass. So, this day, I'm going to tell you all the dream. The dream was so, scary at the time. I felt it in my spirit, I felt it in my spirit, and I felt it in my flesh as well. So it's spiritually and physically, this dream was just, it didn't go away until it manifested after. So here I was laying in my kitchen in my old house, my previous house. I was laying in my kitchen, and in the dream, I laying on my kitchen, my head is towards the wall, and my foot was the other direction, obviously. I just laying, long. And that's the way it appears to be laying, yeah, on your kitchen floor. I've never laid on my kitchen floor in reality, in the reality realm, in physical realm. But in the dream, I'm laying on the kitchen floor, on the cold concrete kitchen floor, vinyl tiles, whatever. And through my living room window, I could have seen this African man, a black man, and the man was short. The man had the same description as an ex-man of mine who was a wizard, a practicing wizard. But at the time, I did not completely figure out that he was a wizard. I was putting the pieces together. I was still, gathering my facts and information and putting the pieces together where he was concerned, but I never trusted, and I suspected the guy to be working in darkness. So I am lying on the kitchen floor in my house, and the person, this man, the African man, short description, just the same description as my ex, who was a Ghanaian wizard. And this man, she tried not for me to see him, and he threw something through my living room window. The something he threw through my living room window, the best way I had described it at the time, it looks like wipes, like paper. So the first piece he threw through the window, it is like blowing down to me, like the wind is sending it down to me, and that piece came straight to the ground, very close to me. The second piece, another piece of like white paper wipes, baby wipes or paper. This is the best description I can give you. And it's coming down. The first one, as I said, people, it came so very, very close to me. The other two, they came down. They were wavering down as well. But they did not touch me at all. They were like a distance from me. But one, as I said, the first piece, it came very, very, very close to me, like inches. But it didn't touch me. And in the dream, I was okay that thing didn't touch me. I knew if it touched me, I was in trouble. Don't ask me how I know. My spirit knew it. My spirit knew it. You must trust your spirit, people, your inner man. That's the God inside of you. The inner man. Trust your spirit. Long time we used to call it vibes. A feeling of vibes, a feeling of funny vibes, a feeling of bad vibes. You need to trust that. That's your inner man. Man, in the dream, I knew if that thing touched me, I was in trouble. But it didn't touch me. But it came very, very close to me. Months would go on. And in those timing, witchcraft was being operated against me by people who were very close to me, yeah? Witchcraft was being, they were cooking up their witchcraft pot in that timing. So what that dream was showing me, yeah? And people, only today I understand. You see the description I gave, how it came down like wipes and paper? Only today, the God gave me the revelation of that. It came down like wipes of paper. That was showing me that the strength, they were like wipes and paper for real. They had no power, no strength. No strength compared to what I was moving with. That is the best description. They were like wipes and paper for real. And only today I was given the revelation why it appeared to me like they were, the things what was coming on was wipes and paper. And as I continue to tell you the how that manifested after, I will tell you how that dream manifested after. Months would go on, and in those months that is going on, my spirit is very uneasy. Why? Because of the dream. The dream, because every dream I had, as I said, it always manifests. So because this dream have not manifested as yet, for months my spirit was uneasy. Until now, we might jump along. So, as I said, months the spirit uneasy because we ain't seeing the manifestation of that dream, and we kind of, we uneasy because in we spirit we know whatever it is, it's really, really bad, because I felt it in my spirit in the dream. So months would pass, and then I would have a phone call. I had a phone call. First, these people, they were trying to get me to relocate. They wanted me to relocate, leave my home and relocate. I was thinking of relocating, and they were trying to encourage me, yes, relocate. Come to London. Come to our house in London and relocate that way. But at this time, I was praying and I was fasting, and I had learned, because I've suffered so much through life, so I've learned that whatever I'm doing, I need to consult the Lord. So I said, yeah, they egging me on really bad to relocate and come to them. But I said I need to consult the Lord concerning it. But the Lord did not lead me to do it. So when the Lord didn't lead me to do it, they find, things not working to plan. So then they decided they're going to come and pay me a visit. They say they're leaving their jobs, their children, their husband, they're leaving their life, and they are coming where he is 3 hours away to visit me and party. So they would come up, but before they come up, I had a visit from my elder sister, because she's connected to the other two who is coming up from London to spend time with me, yeah? So my elder sister, she paid me a visit first, she and her son. And they brought me some wine. That was around New Year's. So I was weak, sick, dying. I was dying off of that wine. They poisoned the wine, see, people. The wine was poisoned. So now they realize I ain't dying enough. So they need some backup. So the other two people now, the other two young ladies, they now leave London, leave the husband, the children, everything, and they come up to meet my elder sister 3 hours away, yeah? And they decide they're going to party with Natalie. But they had already given me the poison wine. So I was weak and sick. When they came up now, they say they're having a party. And they're cooking this and they're cooking that and they're doing this and they're doing that. So they invite me to the party. But as I said, everything I do, I have to consult the Lord. So I consult the Lord. And the Spirit told me, stay in my house and look after my children. They are all witches. Stay away from them. That's what the Spirit told me. That's the truth. Stay in my house and look after my children. I was praying and fasting when the Spirit told me that, yeah? So I stay in my house and I mind my children. And when they came up, they didn't just came up on their own. They came up, they brought my ex-husband, best friend with them. So when they invite us to the party, they wanted me and my husband to come because his best friend is there too now. So I didn't go to the party. So I told my husband he can go if he wants to go. He's a big man. That's your friend is there. You can go if you want to go. So he went to the party. They sent back, as I said, I was recovering from the poison wine my sister had given me. All of this is the manifestation of the dream that I have here, people. Remember the dream? I'm lying on the kitchen floor. The African man threw something through my window. Threw something. One of the something came very, very, very close to me. When I finish explain this dream to you all, I'll show you all how your dream is so detrimental. And I will explain to you all what you can do as well if you have terrible dreams, how you can cover yourself. So, yeah, where we reached now. So, yes, they invite me to the so-called party they keep in. They say they're cooking this and that and the other. I didn't go, but my husband went. My ex-husband, he went to it. So, I stay home with my children, looking after my children. I had my boy was big. I had a big son in the house. Maybe he was around 16 and 17 at the time. And then I had two young children, maybe 5 and 4 and 3. The children was young. Man, these people, after I didn't go, as I said, my husband went. He come back with food. They send food. They send fudge. My spirit told me everything goes to the bin. So I put everything to the bin. Everything to the bin. Mean touch no food, no curry, no none of it. It gone. Everything gone to the bin. The fudge, everything. So, like everything was set here, people. Everything was set. You see, from the poison wine, all of it, all of them working together. Yeah, everything is there working together. These ladies, they all working together. So the food obviously was poisoned as well. The food obviously was poisoned. Bewitched. So as I said, everything went to the bin. So they didn't give up. I continued praying and fasting because I realized that I was poisoned by the wine. I was very weak and stuff. I went to the doctor, had the doctor sent me back home with loads of antibiotics. I realized what's going on. So I praying and fasting, and at that time I told 2 of my sisters in Trinidad. And one of my sisters phoned me back and said to me, we were praying and fasting, because I wanted God to reveal what is going on, because I knew something was going on, something detrimental was going on, something spiritual, and I needed revelation from the Lord. And the Spirit said that my enemies was going to show up at my house tomorrow. At this time, I didn't know these people was my enemies. Yeah, people, I am now knowing because the Spirit say, your enemies is going to show up by your house tomorrow. And they are going to bring you a gift. Do not keep the gift. Do not accept the gift. And do not keep the gift in your house. So, the next day I would have a visit from 3 ladies. One of the ladies is my elder sister, whose name is Georgia. And the other 2 ladies was my 2 ex-in-laws, 2 ex-sister-in-laws. The 3 of them showed up at my door. Because remember, they had invite me. They had invite me to their party. They sent food, which went to the bin. Everything went to the bin. Nothing, we did not consume none of what they sent. Everything went to the bin. So, they showed up now in person. 3 of them. My sister was leading the way. And this is what witches does. A lot of witches, when they are attacking you, when they want to get at you, somebody, they would look for the witch in your family bloodline, and they would join force with the witch. And if the witches know how to unite, so these 2 ex-sister-in-laws, who was witches, joined with my big sister, who's also a witch. My big sister was the first one. She was the one. She was heading the crew. They knock on my door. Remember, I done had spiritual message that your enemies is coming by your house tomorrow with a gift. Do not accept it, and do not keep it in your house. Man, 3 of them come through the door. Before they could even enter my doorway properly, they didn't even get in the house properly. They say, Gil, we bring you a gift. They're already trying to confuse you there. They say, Gil, we bring you a gift. They didn't even get in. They didn't even wait to sit down. and say hi, how you going, none of it. They want to hand you this gift immediately. So because I have spiritual knowledge and I ahead of the game, I said to them, is it? What gift is that, girl? And she had it, a black shoes, and not even a new shoes, yeah? A black old shoes in a plastic bag. You know, a supermarket plastic bag. We call the supermarket over here as the. So I said, girl, I don't want that gift. And she said, well, can't you keep it in your cupboard and sell it for me? They want you to keep the gift, see, because the gift is contact. Whatever they cook up in that gift, they want you to keep it in your house. That's like a contact. It's like a altar, a point of contact that they can get you. That's why I'm so careful now. Even if family members, anybody come in my damn house and I go cleaning days after, and I see any strange object, it goes to the bin or outside. You know, I don't want any strange object leaving my damn house. Nobody leave their trousers and their man trousers. Any strange thing I see around, it goes in my shed, in the bin. We get rid of it because some people just need a point of contact. You understand, these witches. So she said, can't you keep it? Imagine they brought this gift for me. I said, I want a gift. She said, can't you keep it in your cupboard and sell it for me? I said, no. I said, I only sell 1 day a week. If you're so desperate for this thing to sell, give it to your son. Let him sell it, because your son working in the market also, and your son sells Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. He sells almost 7 days a week. Sometimes maybe he takes a days off, maybe Tuesday, who knows. We're talking about back then. Back then it was very often. He was in the market very often. So if you really want these shoes to sell, I said, give it to your son. That was good on my side, now that I understand spiritual things, because whatever we sow, if we don't reap it, we children going to reap it. So since she wanted to sow wickedness, she wanted to sow a wicked portion, give it to your son. Let him go and sell it for you. That's what I told her. Because remember, Natalie had spiritual knowledge ahead of the game that these enemies come into your house. And this is the day that I realized these my enemies. I didn't know they were my enemies before that. I did not trust them because my spirit in my inner man didn't trust them. My inner man my paws used to raise and stuff around them, and my spirit used to tell me, do it from them, don't trust them, stay away from them. My spirit used to tell me that, but I didn't understand spiritual things, so I was not listening as I should, but I was being aware and I was always alert. So one of the young ladies, one of the ex-sister-in-laws, when I said to her, give it to your son, let him sell it if you're desperate to sell it, one of the ex-sister-in-law, then she pulled the bag and put she whole foot in the shoes. She said, and this is her words, she said, why nobody want these shoes? What is wrong with them? And people, it's not a new shoes, yeah? And she pulled the bag and put she whole foot in the shoes. People, this was no coincidence. The spirit will make them do that. The spirit, because remember, they cook up this witching portion in the altar room. They do the evil, cook up in this portion, and they brought it for me. Remember the word of God say, when you're a child of God, the hole they dig for you, they will fall in it. This is real. I saw it happen in my eye, in my own kitchen. People, you see this remember I said that when I had the dream, I was lying down in my kitchen. People, all of this was taking place in my kitchen, in my own house. People, your dreams are so real. People, don't take your dreams for granted. all of this was happening in my kitchen, people. In my kitchen. There was another, as I said, 3 ladies came, and they came with my ex-husband, best friend. They came with that man as well. And my ex-husband, best friend, was seeing one of the young ladies. So he and one of the young ladies was in my living room. At that time, my living room was also my bedroom, because my daughter and her man, the house was full. I used to have my grandchildren in the house, and it's only 3 bedroom. I had my 3 children and my husband, and then my grandchildren used to come. At one point, my daughter and her husband used to be there. She ex-husband or she husband, I don't know what they are now, but at that time, my daughter and her husband used to be there. So the house was full. So as far as I'm concerned, I already live my life. I enjoy life and stuff. You got to make sacrifices as a mother and a grandmother. You got to make sacrifices for your children and your grandchildren. So I used to want to make people comfortable. So I take myself, and I used to go in my living room sometime and, let them have my bedroom, what was upstairs, so that the family could all, have some space. Because everybody always on their phone, and people always used to be in their bedroom. So I took the living room as my bedroom. So everybody used to be there. So anyway, one of the young lady was sitting in my living room with the man, and this young lady had a husband, yeah? But so you could imagine what's going on. Anyway, as I said, all this time while this was going on, I was praying and fasting while all this drama is going on. So this woman pulled the bag, and she put she whole foot in the shoes. And after she put she foot in the shoes, it's like everybody get confused. They all got very confused. I think I will do this in 2 parts, okay? Because I don't want it to be too long. So this will be part 1 of the dreams. We are dealing with the dreams, how the dream manifested. So we're going to do 2 parts in it. So it will be half an hour, 2 parts, okay? So yes, they all get very confused after she put she foot in the shoes. And the 2 people who was in the kitchen at the time when this shooting was happening, and they was trying to convince me that they bring the gift for me. The black shoes was meant to be a gift for me, yeah? And this is what they're doing with the gift they brought for me. They're telling me, because I refused the gift, they said to me, put the gift in my cupboard and try and sell the gift for them. I said, no, that gift is a old shoes, and if you go to sell it in the market, I will only get £2 for it. It makes no sense. I go and sell. I don't even sell items for £2 for myself. Why would I sell £2 for you? That is really, 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 it's really bad. Come on, people. £2 is like $20 in Trinidad. Why would I'd rather throw it in bin or drop it by a charity. Why you want to sell her shoes for £2? But it's not that. She didn't want the £2. She just wanted me to keep the shoes. They were just trying to convince me. But because I was moving with the Holy Spirit that day, and praying and fasting, because remember they had poisoned me just the week before. I was still recovering from the poison. They poisoned me the week before, the poison wine. So it was the Holy Spirit will make them pull that and put it in the foot, because it couldn't stay in my cupboard. They already cooked up this evil portion and sent out the spirit to do evil in this black shoes. And I'm refusing it. So the spirit went straight. The spirit take its owner. And the owner of that person who put the whole foot in it was my ex-in-law, the eldest sister. She and my eldest sister is around the same age. So the 2 women who was in the kitchen with me, they leave the younger girl with the man in the living room, and the 2 elder one decide they're gonna stay in the kitchen and deal with me in the kitchen. convince me with his shoes. And the elder sister-in-law ended up putting on the shoes. Now we're going to go for part 2.